for us. But, again, I got to keep preaching. It's about the next man up. In our case, it's next man up, next man up, next man up, I think, something like that. So we have to have guys ready to play. Especially some guys that haven't played minutes, and they don't have to come in and do a lot. Just got to come in and play hard and continue to try to play, or play the way that we play on both ends of the floor. You got to give Orlando a lot of credit. Franz Wagner had a heck of a game for him. Same with Suggs and Bane. Those three guys had a great game for Orlando. We got to do a better job of taking care of the paint. We didn't do a great job of taking care of the paint tonight. 64 points in the paint, that's what they do. 30 free throw attempts, that's what they do. So we have to do a better job in that area while trying to take care of the ball. But give those guys a lot of credit for stepping up and creating some separation late in the ball game.
Have you been able to talk to Landry?
I have not.
How concerned is that to see his shoulder?
I don't know much about it. I just know he's got I think it's his right. They just told me it's right shoulder injury. I think it's his right shoulder, correct? Yeah. So I don't know much about it. He's going to get a full evaluation tomorrow, correct? Over the next couple of days. Yeah.
Yeah. Tonight was a little tough to kind of evaluate 3 rotation guys out, but the struggles defensively was something that you've been bringing up throughout the season. How confident are you, that this group can get it to where you want to be, internally, or is it too soon to tell with where this group can be?
No, I'm confident we can be where we need to defensively. We've played well in some instances, and we haven't played well, and that's what you kind of go through, especially during this part of the year. So I do think we can be a really good defensive team, but again, no matter who we throw out there, we got to have a feel and understanding of what we're trying to do on that end of the floor to get things done.
Jalen's coach's physicality and advice to this, so that kind of gave the guys heads in the second half.
No, I don't think it did. It was a one possession ball game. I want to say up until the end of the third, beginning of the fourth. I took Jordan Clarkson out, and Franz, he had like 3 or 4 straight buckets, and we turned the ball over a couple of times during that time. So there was that stretch in the ball game where I think as a group we got a little deflated, and like I said, you got to give Orlando credit. They pounced on us, and we have to do a better job, or we needed to do a better job of playing through their run during that time. But we knew it was going to be a physical game. Not Jalen, and he's a good player, but none of their players really had that type of impact on the game for us. It was, you got to give Franz credit. He had 3 or 4 buckets in a row, and it deflated us a little bit. We turned the ball over a couple of times, and they created separation, and then it was hard to climb back uphill.
You talk a lot about on-ball defense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Getting guys to be better on-ball. How do you address that?
Oh, we keep working on it. We keep addressing it. We're going to be fine at the end of the day because our guys want it, and they have been better. We were better in Dallas. We were even better in Miami. I mean, there was a stretch where we were getting better, and I said this before. We're going to go through this through the course of the year. We're going to do this, and then we're gonna do this, and hopefully we don't do this too long. But we want to keep trying to climb up, and I've seen us, climb up in that area, and we're going to keep pushing them to be great in that area, and they're going to keep responding to being great in that area.
Mike, the last few games, Mikel's kind of got to halftime with a certain amount of points, and then it's kind of dipped off with his shot attempts in the second half, so it hasn't scored as much. Is that just coincidence, or is there something there that you guys need to sort out down the stretch?
No, I have not paid attention to that because, again, we don't run a lot of play calls, and it's something that, obviously Mikel's one of our guys, and we want to make sure that he continues to get looks, and if he's open or he has an advantage off the catch to make a quick decision, that being a snap drive, we want him to be aggressive, but it's not anything that I've looked at and thought has been a problem.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
Up next, the MSG 150, Cooper Flagg, the best game of his career so far, highlights of his excellent play and more. We are back for tonight's thrilling moment, brought to you by FanDuel Casino. Get your thrill on. A couple of great sequences. Jalen Brunson to Mitchell Robinson. Brunson led the way with 33 points, also had 11 assists, but the Knicks lost to the Magic by 12.
Hey, how did I get here?
It's a basketball show. Welcome to the Corner 3, presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Any analytics on what happened to the Knicks defense in this game?
I heard E for effort. Is that right? I don't know. I just heard that. I walked in and I was asked to come on.
Any issue with the Royal Road tonight?
If Alan Hahn's watching, he's going to be all over me. I got to be careful. I don't want to step on his toes or say the wrong thing.
All right, you got the Rangers and Utah pregame coming up when we're done at 8:30, and then the game at 9. It's going to be Steve and John Ginone of the pregame show. That's coming up. In the meantime, let's listen in to Josh Hart's postgame comments.
Josh, you knew coming in that this team plays a lot of physicality. How do you guys feel as far as whether or not you match their physicality?
Nah, I don't think we match the physicality at all. Teams like that, obviously, are tough defensively, those kind of things, and you have to use that aggression against them. You got to pick up the pace, play fast, not let them get set. Don't put them to the free throw line and allow them to get easy points and then get the defense set. So we just have to play with more pace when we go against a physical team like that and get everyone running, flowing in rhythm.
They had 64 points in the paint. Just what did you see that allowed them to get that many looks?
That's just a bad job, on us. Obviously, there's guys who are out there that we probably could have played off of a little bit, and we didn't do that. We let guys, drive across the paint and do all those kind of stuff with no help, no resistance. So we got to watch the film and get better.
Was it tough seeing Landry go down, happen to his shoulder again?
Yeah, obviously, first and foremost, hope he's, good for the most part. Obviously, physically, that's tough, but more so mentally. So, that's always tough, seeing someone, like Land, obviously, someone who's been battling, and I feel like it just a freak accident here or there, and it's just, so it's tough. But, now it's, like I said, next man up. And we got to figure it out.
From your vantage point, what happened on that play with Jalen Suggs?
Yeah, I mean, it was a loose ball. Obviously, we're, jockeying for the ball. I wasn't even looking at him. I'm looking at the basketball, and I didn't even realize I, hit him in the neck until they, slowed it down, second by second. So, just a play where obviously bodies are flying, hands are flying, and unfortunately, I got him there, but, there's nothing purposeful, that stuff's happening like this. I don't think I had enough time to process, on a loose ball, grabbing him by the neck or anything like that. So,
not that play, but just in the whole, does he see a guy who kind of frustrates? He kind of gets under people's skin.
I don't think so. He's a good player, a good defender, physical. And like I said, when he does that and picks up JB, I don't think he did 94 feet, but, 75 feet. We have to make sure we're, whether it's setting screens or getting JB off the ball and playing faster and using that physicality, like I said, to our advantage.
So, Jalen, tight game entering the fourth. What turned?
For us, we gotta be better. Obviously that's the generalization, but they were getting offensive rebound, kick out threes. We didn't close that third quarter well. And they just went on a run. And then it was too late until we kind of adjusted to it. So we got to start quarters better. We got to end quarters better. Just not a good showing for us in the second half.
What are you seeing from the paint defense? They had 64 in the paint. What can you guys do to shore that up?
Just continue to try and keep the ball in front. That's the start of it, and obviously we got to help each other out. And when it comes to rotations, but it starts with just scoring the ball. And I mean, I got to do a better job of that clearly. And I mean, no matter what the situation is or their coverage, we got to have each other's backs, and we're just a step late.
When a team.
Orlando scored a season-high 133 points. They beat the Knicks 133 to 121. Tri-State Audi Knicks postgame show. Next up for the Knicks at the Nets Monday. Pregame at 7. We'll have the game for you at 7:30. You can also stream our coverage on the Gotham Sports app. Up next here on MSG, it's the Rangers pregame show. The Rangers are at Utah. Pregame coming up here in moments, and then the game at the top of the hour. Knicks lose to Orlando, 133 to 121. Knicks now 1-5 on the road. Orlando blew it open in the fourth quarter. Franz Wagner had a season-high 37.